one here for public comment, Mr. Darrell Riley.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council members. Is this the time when I can make a comment about the interim police chief?
That one, I'd ask you to reserve it for general business, which will be after the consent agenda. I believe it's the first item after that.
Okay, my apologies.
Yeah, no problem. I understand there's lots of rules and the agenda can be a little confusing. So this is an opportunity for the public to address the City Council on anything that's not already on the consent agenda, the general business, or the public hearings tonight. And Ms. Anna Mockler, please go ahead.
Thank you, President Gorman, Council, Mayor. I have a 13th Street related item. First is, if any of you are moved to protect the children walking to school by supporting reference number 52516, which would make 13th and Wyckoff a four-way stop, that'd be great. And the other thing is that 1317 Lafayette has become quite a problem in the neighborhood with a large mobile home and multiple vehicles, generators running at 3 a.m. reportedly. I have not heard them, but I've seen that. I've seen the dogs and the people and there's no sanitary or water facilities there. So stuff builds up. Neighbors are complaining about rats. At some point down the line, it would be great to figure out some way to do something about that. And that's all I have for you. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Ms. Mockler. And just an update on that, I know the city administration is aware of that issue in Lafayette and they're taking action on it. Anyone else for public comment tonight? I'm not seeing any hands. Dave, can you confirm no one else is waiting to speak?
I see no other hands.
All right. Well, thank you. So if there's no one else for public recognition, we'll go ahead and close that and then move on to the reading of the consent agenda. And I'll turn to our city clerk, Miss Angela Hoover, for the reading.
Thank you, President Gorman. For approval on the consent agenda are the following items. A, claims and check register. 1, check numbers 394777 through 394909 and electronic fund transfers V33603 through V33653 and the grand total amount of $1,993,053.57. 2, regular payroll for pay period ending August 15th, 2021, and the amount of $926,670.70. 3, regular payroll for payouts and corrections for pay period ending August 15th, 2021, and the amount of $9,570.24. 4, retiree payroll for pay period ending August 31st, 2021, and the amount of $48,879.73. B, minutes of meeting August 18th, 2021. C, minutes of study session August 25th, 2021. D, collective bargaining agreement with the Bremerton Police Officers Guild and related budget adjustment. E, collective bargaining agreement with the Bremerton Police Management Association and related budget adjustment. F, public works agreement with Peterson Brothers, Inc. for the Tracyton Beach Road Guardrail Project. G, ordinance number 5428, repealing chapter 6.20 of the Bremerton Municipal Code entitled Carryout Bags. This concludes the reading of the consent agenda.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hoover. So does any member of the public wish to comment on any one of these items? And if you would, you just have to use the raise hand function in the Zoom meeting or by hitting *9 on your telephone. And I'll recognize Mr. Kiaha Long.
So is it this time I can touch basis on the contract or should I wait?
No, this is the perfect time, and sorry to make you wait. Just
no, it's okay. So I just want to touch bases on a few, and I'll try to be quick. I strongly believe in some of the longevity of service contract numbers. specifically certain ones that basically for the Special Operations Groups, General Investigation Unit, the Canine Traffic, SRO Directed Enforcement Team. I think personally, the wage should be bumped from 15% to 18%, but from 12% to it should go up to 15 or 18 for those that have worked in law enforcement for 26 years, especially those below in 21 years at 10%. I think those numbers should honestly go up. I've looked at the contract completely. I strongly believe those that for the military leave time, I think it's imperative that the 21 days is, adhered to, especially part of it, the domestic violence leave is crucial. The clothing allowance, I think the numbers from 2016, that could be bumped up because of cost of living or COLA, especially with our current administration and how they're tackling certain things. Article 26, and that, I guess that's an important thing. The imperative factors for those that with education, I think those who have an AA from 2%, it should jump to 5%. I believe those who have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, a PhD or anything equivalent or higher who speak multiple languages, polyglots, 4% to 8%. I think this pay scale factors could probably go up for those who have in certain categories that they have. The justice grant, I think that's a good topic. So other than that, I would like to talk about more, but I just don't want to take too much time. So I appreciate the mayor. I appreciate the guild, and I strongly believe in the Bremerton Police Officers Guild. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Long. Does any other member of the public wish to comment on the consent agenda? Ms. Anna Mockler, go ahead.
Thank you, President Gorman. May I ask a question and then a follow-up? Is that okay?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
Thank you. So items E and D and E in the consent agenda, this is a 3-year contract. Yes. And so my question is, will there be any opportunity in the intervening 3 years to review the contract? Possibly make changes to it?
Okay, to answer that, I'm going to have to turn to Ms. Charlotte Nelson with HR.
Thank you, Council President. So there's always the opportunity to bring up if something changes, like the pandemic, we can open up an article and sit down and negotiate it. But other than that, we won't sit down again for 3 years.
All right, thank you, Ms. Nelson. And Ms. Mockler, please go ahead with your other question.
Thank you. So I think this might have been a missed opportunity, if I'm understanding this correctly, to create more closeness between the Bremerton Police Department and the people of Bremerton, to encourage them to help both civilians and police officers to know each other outside of, being suspected of a crime or being assisted in an accident. So I think that might have been a useful thing to do. I'm not at all talking about defunding the police at all. I'm happy the police are getting a raise. But I think in these contract negotiations, that's something that we could have striven for. And it's a shame. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the comments, Ms. Mockler. Does any other member of the public wish to comment on the consent agenda? I'm not seeing any. Oh, we got one more hand, and it is Mr. Joseph Riddall. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Joseph Riddall. I heard what other people had said, and I have had my house attacked by fire, so we have had units come to our home. The units, they don't really use their resources the way they should. And I think that we should definitely vote or have the city council, you guys, deal with how much they're supposed to be increased on their pay grade. I don't think it's for me to say, but I think that based off how much they actually do should be the actual pay. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dahl. Does any other member of the public wish to comment on this item or on the consent agenda? I don't see any hands. Dave, can you confirm no one's waiting?
I see no other hands.
Okay. Well, with that, we'll turn to the council for a motion. Vice President Dowds, go ahead.
Thank you, President Gorman. Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
That was Councilmember Sullivan seconding. And with that, a call for the question.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Yes.
Dowds,
Yes.
Dennehy,
Yes.
Goodnow,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Gorman.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Next on the agenda is general business.